Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACT, and it's always a pleasure every Tuesday evening when we come into your homes and we talk sports. Tonight we're going to be talking football, but before I get into introducing my guest, I just want to say a big congratulations to Dream Richards. A great run and a marvelous performance to win the World Indoor 60 meters. And what made that win ever so special, he said before that he going in there to run this race in honor of his good friend, the late Dion Lendor. So again, Dream, well done, and keep that flag high, waving high, and we know that better things are to come still. So again, congratulations from Scoreboard. Gentlemen, viewers, as I said, we're talking football because, you know, the return to sports policy has been implemented and everything seems to be getting back. Well, not everything, but some things seem to be getting back in place. And the Dallas Cup in the U.S. is around the corner. I think it's around Easter weekend. And here to discuss a bit about that, and the team that is leaving from Trinidad to go across there is two of Trinidad and Tobago coaches, Dunstan Williams and Shaun Cooper. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure and welcome to ACTN.
Good day.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start with this year's tournament. It's going to be held when?
It's going to be held April 9th to 17th in Dallas. We are carrying a under-17 men's team.
Right. And how long has this team been training? Because it's only about 2 weeks now, everything kind of like opened back up. So what's happening with the team, you know?
We started training on Diwali, November 2nd, 2021, within the guidelines and regulations that they had. So we are now basically 5 months into training. We started on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and now we have put in another day, Saturday. So a little history on it is that we were preparing to go to the competition in 2020 with a U15 team, and then of course the pandemic came.
Okay.
So it's basically a core of the same group.
15 going into 17.
Yeah. Into 17. And the group is actually spread over Trinidad and Tobago actually, because we actually have 3 players from Tobago, and the other players made up from Presentation College, Naprima College, St. Benedict's College, and Pleasantville Senior Comprehensive.
How, I know, I want to ask you this question because I know both of you all is involved in school, in the secondary schools football. We haven't had football for the past 2 years, right? Was it difficult, you know, getting or seeing a wider group of players?
Yes, it was. I reached out to a number of coaches that I know to see if they had players who were interested. Of course, you know, it's a financial cost to get there. But it was difficult. Even thinking about getting the players from north or east to come to San Fernando to train, and then they have to get back up before the curfew or whatever. It was difficult.
Okay. How is the plans coming along in the sense of everything is organized with the team? I know I'll talk to Cooper because I know he has a little issue dealing with, but generally the team, like tickets, you know, sponsors, you know.
Well, I mean, I'll take the opportunity here to ask corporate Trinidad and Tobago if they could come on board and assist. It's always difficult when you're leaving Trinidad and Tobago to go to the U.S. because of the exchange rate. And plus we're in a pandemic. So we knew going into this, I as the owner of the academy knew that it would have been difficult to get sponsorship from corporate Trinidad. But what has pushed me is that some of the parents, because the secondary school is not happening football-wise, wanted their children to play, because some of them have planned, hopefully, that their child could get an athletic scholarship to the U.S. So I always have good support from my friends, schoolmates and stuff, who don't really like me to call their names, whatever financial.
Now, don't do that. When you call name, man, just go behind your back and approach them.
Yeah. So it's still difficult. I mean, some people are still trying to make up everything to go. But we hope to purchase tickets by tomorrow. And of course, we have accommodation, food and transport to
deal with. Right. Shaun, I know you have an issue that you want to talk about. That you would like somebody who viewing if they could assist.
Well, as Dunstan said, you know, finance and the foreign currency is one issue. I think traveling is another, because you would have had the pandemic, and then, you know, documentations, you know, you weren't looking at your passport, you weren't looking at your visa and stuff. And we came into a couple of problems where passports were expired and parents.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Scoreboard ACT, and we're talking football, Dallas Cup 2022, and I have Dunstan Williams and Shaun Cooper here with me. Gentlemen, we're going back to the issue with your son, right? And as off camera, we were just discussing. Is there anything that the organization who running the tournament, Dallas, could do from their side, being an American organization and dealing with the U.S. In Trinidad?
No. What the competition organizers do, they will ask you if you need any assistance in getting a visa. And they would write, once you give them names, they would write directly to the U.S. Embassy to ask the embassy to give favor to those people because they're coming to their tournament.
Right.
It is then up to the U.S. Embassy.
Oh, still go back. Right.
They cannot tell the U.S. Embassy, issue Dunstan Williams a visa.
Okay.
So that is where it's at, because I wrote them, and of course the coordinator of the tournament said, we did our part already. It's up to the U.S. Embassy with their policies to make a final decision.
Did your son, was he the first applicant to apply?
Dunstan answer that question.
We had 4 players, 1 parent and another guy. The parent was supposed to come as the tutor on the trip because we have 9 players preparing for CFC. Shaun was the first one in the group of 6, 4 players and 2 adults to apply. Shaun applied on the 12th of January.
Right, for his son, right?
For his son.
Yeah.
Everybody else applied after. Well, excluding of the 2 adults, I'll talk about the players.
Yeah.
2 players, the last player, he got his appointment first, who applied last, and the next one got his appointment after. And now, the 3rd guy, he got the 29th of March. And Cody is yet to get his appointment expedited. So
that sounds strange, you know, because if I apply before everybody else, why would I now get a date later than you know?
Well, not a date later than. When Shaun and Cody applied, they got the 20th of May. When the other guys applied, actually Terrence got the 9th of February, which was cancelled. And then the other 2 got the 9th of June and the 9th of July. The 9th of June was moved up to the 24th of February. And the 9th of July was moved up to the 3rd of March.
So I'm seeing here a pattern here where dates were given and dates were adjusted. So why can't the same be done for Cody?
Well, we have no control.
I understand.
But Shaun went and applied expedited, and they say you have 1 expedite. And he expedited to get a date in February, and they say February is booked. So other than doing the written expedite, you have to call the embassy every day to see if there's a space. Shaun has done it from time to time, of course, as work allows, but he hasn't been successful.
I'm going to ask a kind of question here, which might sound, irrelevant, but is there anybody on the team who could have give their date like a non-player?
No.
It operate that way either?
No. When you apply for your visa, you have to go and make a payment to Nova Scotia.
Okay. All right.
That is the ticket to get your appointment.
Yeah.
And then they will give you whatever appointment based on their operation.
Okay.
So that's where it is with Cody, and we are just hopeful and prayerful.
Yeah. But generally the team is ready, and what's your view, or how do you think that the team is going to perform? Right? This is not the first time you all went, right?
This is our first time.
First time Dallas Cup?
First time we are going, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want the team to be competitive. Shaun and I have worked for years together. But I traveled with the futsal team in April last year. I expect us to be lacking that exposure because everybody else has been playing
football,
except Trinidad and Tobago. So what we have is a bunch of young, excited boys. And we are trying to manage their minds because I just want to go and play. I go to Dallas.
Yeah.
But just as you said earlier on, we're representing Trinidad.
Exactly.
And of course, a lot of them want to go on scholarships to the US. So we want their performances to be above normal. We do have expectations to win the tournament, but we want to compete and go as far as we could. So we still have a lot of work to do. We are realists. We have a lot of work to do. And we need them to mature mentally.
You mentioned a word there that I want to base the next question on, scholarship. And I'll talk to Shaun. Shaun, as a head coach in the secondary schools football league, 2 years, no football. How much damage that has done to young footballers aspiring to get scholarships to go abroad?
Well, definitely a lot of damage was done because you had boys who were graduating, needing to have some kind of footage to show foreign coaches. It had none. And then you would have had coaches coming down or people coming down from the US who are saying they are scouting players for colleges, which sometimes I think is a money-making effort. So it's very difficult for a youngster to, acquire footage because you need game. And most of the coaches outside there, they're asking for a full game now and not just a compilation of minutes putting together footage. So it's difficult. This would have been the ideal situation for the younger ones coming up. So they would have been viewed by coaches outside there because from the time you sign up as a head coach or the manager of the team, we are getting right now a lot of emails on our phones concerning players, bringing together a portfolio for them to show to the coaches outside there. So this is not only a tournament, but it's an opportunity for coaches to view players for future scholarship prospects. So I think it was damaging. And we now are trying to do damage control by getting some of the boys outside there and having them see the level with the other boys at their age group where they may need to step up, because that's the litmus test. When you go out there, you are getting teams from the A levels where the clubs from Europe, from North America, from Central America, you will have an idea now to say, well, I'm not just judging myself on local base players, but also at the international level.
Now, I know you can only talk for Precision College right now. Are you all in preparation for maybe a start this year in school football?
No, we haven't. But the good thing is that some of these boys will make up the nucleus of the team. So we probably have about 9 of them participating now. And then we'll have to look at some of the senior guys who probably in 6-1, going into 6-1, and whatever transfers may happen. You know, people coming in to do A-levels, you may get a player or two. So this year going to be a very challenging year.
Yeah, I don't think that's from my view. I don't think we're going to see the
Quality.
Because from 2020, those who would have been coming up the ladder, 2 years have gone. So what you're doing now is like you're starting the breeding ground from zero. So
right.
you're not going to think. But my whole take on it is that I'm seeing school football playing in Jamaica right now, right? And I am certain that if not 2020, but 2021, we could have a condensed school football league, right? Because I think it's easy to control because the schools could have done it, right? Because schools were out, so you could have housed the players in the schools, right? And the matches playing in the school. So you know your school is a safe zone, right? So it's going to be difficult to see the type of football that we are accustomed to, you know, but we're hoping for the best. When you look now at this team that is going abroad, right? When these guys come back home, Dunstan, they go back to the academy. Now, the whole team is not comprised of right. When they come back home now, what, with all this excitement playing in the Dallas Cup, what are they coming back to if there's no school football?
Well, let me say first of all that Shaun gave a politically correct answer just now. For us as presentation college coaches, until the principal of the school gives us the okay to start training, training is not going to start.
Right.
As one. There are 7 players on this trip from my academy.
Right.
When they come back to my academy to play. What the others do, I am not sure. I know some of them were from different academies. I guess they will go back there. Again, there is no youth football. We are in South Zone. I'm a member of South Zone. There's no youth football organized, so I'm not sure. I am going to try to plan a trip down the Caribbean to St. Lucia. Obviously, people know that I was part of W Connection. I've spoken to Stuart Charles already. Late July to Cry, another group of boys.
Okay, that sounds good.
Of course, some of these boys could go, but again, it's financially thing. But I think one thing I need Trinidad and Tobago to know is that this effort is a joint effort with Kurt Winbeard, who has migrated and lives in Dallas.
Right.
So we're preparing 17 boys, and he will bring 5 boys. So we'll have a complement of 22 players.
Well, gentlemen,
Maybe 22 because we lost a player this morning.
yes.
So
Well, gentlemen, I really hope that and pray that somebody somewhere out there, you know, will be viewing this program and some miracles do happen and that your son could, you know, get an early call up. And also, we want to ask anybody out there who have that little extra money, you know, to contribute to you all, right? So everybody can go on this tournament, and we hope that by next week when I'm talking to you all again, I will hear that everything has been sorted out. So again, all the best. And
before you go, George, I just would like Trinidad and Tobago also to say a prayer for young Judah Barbosa.
Oh, yes.
He may have to do surgery also.
Okay.
And it's a great loss also as that young man and his father, you know, I know how I know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So I know how his father will be feeling.
And he was on the team.
Yes,
yeah.
he was going.
All right.
I would just like to, first of all, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for the people who have already financially supported us. Thank you for the Presentation College past students who are going to support us, and anybody else who could come on board. We really appreciate it. And just to tell the parents of the boys, let us keep together, let us fight, and thank Dexter Mitchell, the principal of Presentation College, for all the support that he has been giving us.
Right.
We have reached out to the past students of the players, Presentation College, Naparima College, Benedict, and Pleasant Valley.
Well, gentlemen, time has certainly run out on us, and we really wish you all the best. And viewers, if you miss any part of this program, there is a repeat tomorrow and also on Saturday. So join me next week here, where we talk sports right here on ACTN.